Have you ever turned on TV and heard the saying, "Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it"? You knew exactly what company that slogan was associated with and what kind of food they serve just from hearing those three words. Now raise your hand if you are guilty of singing along. I'm sure we all are, because food companies have infiltrated our minds through television, radio, print, and internet ads. My best friend has even admitted to craving certain foods after seeing them on Snapchat, even days after she saw the initial snap. Snapchat is on a small scale compared to online advertisements that are featured on Facebook and Twitter. In fact, according to the Rudd Center for Food Policy and Obesity, 6 billion food advertisements appeared on Facebook in 2012. In the same year, $4.6 billion was spent to advertise fast foods, while only $116 million was spent to advertise fruits and vegetables. We have all been misled by the food industry tactics. They market nutrient-poor foods with ambiguous language and labels. According to Dr. Jeffrey P. Copeland, the food and beverage industry adds vitamins, minerals, and fibers to foods of poor nutritional value and promote them as healthy options. A great example of this is the Coca-Cola brand Vitamin Water. An advertisement showed a clear drinking glass filled to the rim with vitamins. The words, "It doesn't have to be this complicated," are right next to the glass. Suzanne K. Langer, the creator of Langer's approach to language, explains the misuse of symbols to persuade people. The vitamins are a symbol of health. We take vitamins to add daily nutrients to our bodies. The clear drinking glass is a symbol of water, which we all know is a basic need of survival. Vitamin Water has now marketed its product as an alternative for taking vitamins, despite the fact that the product contains 32 grams of sugar, which is only 7 less grams than a can of Coke. The food industry uses these persuasive marketing tactics to influence people to buy more of their products despite health risks. Because let's face it, persuading people to eat less food would go against the basic business model, causing food companies to lose money. I am Brittany Waters, and throughout this summer session, my overarching question has been, is the food industry the root of American obesity? Through extensive research, lifestyle changes, and the experiences of those close to me, the answer is in the pudding. And hopefully, after my presentation, you will agree with me. Exposure to these deceptive marketing tactics trigger cues to eat more, directly contributing to obesity in America. This realization places the root of obesity right in the hands of the food industry, not the consumers. I'm sure some of you may be thinking, wouldn't the blame be placed on us, the consumers? We have the freedom to choose what we eat and how much we eat. Which is true, but if I decide to eat Nabisco wheat thins instead of potato chips because they are marketed as made with 100% whole grain, without any knowledge of the chemical process used to create the levels of high fructose corn syrup in the product, then the fault is no longer in the hands of the consumer, but the food industry, because they have neglected to tell me that the product is filled with artificial sweeteners that no longer make it healthy. Of course, they did not fail to include 100% whole grain on the front of the box, but they did fail to include that imperative information. Due to the deceptive nature of the food industry, we are losing our lives and the lives of our loved ones to disease caused by obesity. People believe they are making health-conscious choices, but instead they are consuming harmful chemicals that cause diseases such as hypertension, which contributes to heart failure, and diabetes, which contributes to strokes, blindness, depression, and amputation. As an individual who has experienced the effects of diabetes and high blood pressure through my family member's diagnosis, I have seen firsthand the results of low-quality foods on the body. The food industry cuts corners in the production of mass quantities of food in order to save money while sacrificing quality. Just because high fructose corn syrup is technically derived from corn does not mean the product is healthy, but food companies will label their products as such. That is the definition of deceptive. Consumers are unknowingly consuming chemically enhanced foods while they think they are making healthier choices. A common misconception is that you can only find these disease-causing ingredients in fast foods, but that is a myth. The entire food industry is to blame, which includes grocery stores, restaurants, and manufacturers. Food consumption is a basic need for survival, and as consumers, we think we are purchasing food to just feed our households when we are actually poisoning our loved ones. Even if we give up fast foods, which is a great start to a healthier life, we are still under the food industry spell due to their failure to label food correctly and honestly. For example, Mott's applesauce, a very popular brand. This is my roommate's, not mine. The ingredients are apples, high fructose corn syrup, and absorbic acid. So you will be eating a lot more than apples. You will be eating a sugar that is extracted through a chemical process. High fructose corn syrup requires no digestion, which allows it to be rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream. The rapid absorption leads to high spikes in insulin, which create metabolic disturbances that also increase appetite and weight gain. So a popular, presumably healthy snack goes from a great source of vitamin C to a great source of fat. Other products that contain this processed ingredient include Sara Lee's Heart Healthy Whole Grain Bread, Nabisco's Wheat Thins, and Nutri-Grain bars, all marketed to be healthy food choices. So, allow me to show you an easy way to stop poisoning yourself and punish the food industry for deceiving you. Throw it away. In conclusion, I would like to return to my initial question. Is the food industry the root of obesity in America? The answer is yes. But I have two more questions. Are we losing our loved ones due to the effects of food we are sold each day? The answer is also yes. And finally, is there a way to make a change? Another yes. In order to free ourselves from the food industry spell, we must make these changes. We must purge our kitchens of anything that contains additives and genetically modified ingredients, such as high fructose corn syrup, by researching the contents of the product. Research is key. Remove fast foods from our diets, advocate for food laws that protect consumers from label deception, and finally, elect politicians that force companies to stop taking the cheap way out. Because our lives are worth so much more. Thank you so much for listening.